Hello there and welcome back to Villarreal Soccer Chats. My name's Lucy and I have loads of people with me today. So I'll go around and introduce everyone. They're more interns that we have working with us here at Villarreal over this summer and we're really happy to have them here. We're going to be talking to you about the World Cup today, but first let me introduce these guys. So guys, tell everyone your name and what you're doing here at Villarreal. Okay.
My name is Gemma Freisinger. I'm from New Jersey. I'm a business student. I'm also studying languages, Spanish, French, and Italian. I'm here at Villarreal helping intern a lot with their processes about academies and establishing international ties with up-and-coming youth players in America. So far, my impression of Villarreal has been very positive. You can tell just the first second you step into the facility that it's a very down-to-earth team and that they're focused on development rather than like big money expansion, advertising deals, revenue. It's really about the players and about the people who work here. It's like one big family.
Okay, great.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Penn. I'm from Wisconsin, and I am studying business with minors in Spanish and sports management. Here with Villarreal, I'm assisting with social media and marketing promotions and absolutely loving it. Definitely feels like home here.
Hey, so I'm Anthony Rojas. I'm from New Jersey, Rowan University. I'm currently studying marketing. And as far as my impression of Villarreal so far, I really love the closeness of the club and, you know, how everyone's really tight-knit here and it's very much a family. I kind of agree with what everyone else has been saying so far. But I also really like their academy setup and how they're expanding overseas. And furthermore, I also believe that their scouting system and everything to get young talent is very impressive compared to a lot of other teams.
Hello, award-winning listeners. My name is Brandon Petta. I'm from Albany, New York. I'm studying public relations at the University of Alabama. So my impressions about Villarreal so far, I've been extremely impressed. It's a very close-knit club that's been extremely welcoming ever since I've arrived through the door. It's been very interesting to learn how they become so successful in the Liga by coming up with different strategies and methodologies that don't involve spending a ton of money like the big giants Real Madrid and Barcelona. So it's been very cool to learn about their process as they go along here.
Hello there, this is Jeff Lavin from Brooklyn, New York. That's where I'm originally from, but I currently live in Denver, Colorado, where I go to school and I work. But in the meantime, I'm here in Villarreal, and must say I'm really impressed with my internship here for working for the team. Very, very up-and-coming club. They really have a good plan for the team long term and how to get them going. And I must say I'm really impressed with just being in the facility here and just seeing the players every day, because you get the sense of feel that this is a community, and that's where most teams should be at too. So, thank you.
Okay. Okay, just a little, you could probably hear some messages coming in there, so that won't happen anymore. But yeah, it's great to hear you guys' impressions of the club. They've only been here a few weeks with us, and they've helped us out a lot so far, but the impressions that they all have are very similar, and I think it really shows, like you said, what a tight-knit club it is. And yeah, so I couldn't agree more with you guys. I've been working here now for a couple of years, so 2.5 years now. This is my 3rd season, going into my 4th season, and I feel exactly the same way. So it's really great to hear that. So now let's get on to what we're talking about today. So we're talking about the World Cup, which is going on as we speak, the first match between Russia and Saudi Arabia. We were just watching it over in the office, and Russia are up 1-0 right now, so we'll see how that game finishes. And this first game is very special for us because we have 2 of our Villarreal players playing in that match. So Denis Cheryshev for Russia and Salem for Saudi Arabia. So we're really excited for both of them, and they're both playing, so that's great. So yeah, I'm going to let these guys tell you about the players that we have playing at the World Cup. And we're also going to talk about the tradition of Villarreal at the World Cup. So our players have represented Villarreal for the past 5 World Cups, which is an amazing statistic. And we'll be talking about that a little bit more later. So first of all, we're going to talk about Carlos Bacca. So Kaylee's going to give you the lowdown on him at the World Cup.
All right, Carlos Bacca is going to be playing. His first game will be on June 19th against Japan with his team Colombia. It'll be very interesting to see how he turns out with this World Cup. due to his season that he just had. He actually made history with Villarreal by doing a hat trick against RC Celta, and he's one of 5 players in the history of Villarreal to actually do a hat trick in the first division, and he was actually the top goal scorer for Villarreal, so it'll be very interesting to see what he brings to the table this World Cup.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Back as an amazing striker. He has been for us all season. Like Kaylee said, he's been our top goal scorer, and we hope that he does really well this World Cup. We're all behind him. Obviously, as you can tell by my accent, I'm English. But at this World Cup, I'm definitely supporting Colombia and the other teams that our players are representing. So yeah, Baka, we wish him all the best, and we're sure he's going to have a really successful World Cup. So also, as I said, playing right now is Denis Cheryshev for Russia. So Gemma's going to tell us all about what he's going to be getting up to in the World Cup.
Okay, so Chereshev's a midfielder, a left winger. He's number 7 on Villarreal, but number 6 for Russia. He's actually commented in the past that he feels more Spanish than Russian because he moved to Spain when he was 6, when his father started playing with Sporting Gijon?
Yeah.
Sporting Gijon? Gijon?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
And through the years he started in the Real Madrid Academy. He was loaned to Sevilla and to Villarreal, back with Real Madrid. Now he's back with Villarreal until at least 2021. But he's had multiple call-ups to the international team for Russia, which is obviously what he's performing right now. I think the first was in 2012 for a friendly against the USA, 2014 competitively, and now again in 2018. So we're all very excited to see him perform. He's a great winger, makes a lot of runs, excellent assistant. So it's very exciting to see him play now in this World Cup. We hope he advances through the rounds.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't have said it better than Gemma. Cheryshev's a top player. He's playing for the host nation at this World Cup, so anything can happen. When you get your home fans behind you, who knows? So they could go all the way. We wish Cheryshev the best as well. Okay, also we have Antonio Rukavina at this World Cup. He's our Serbian player, and he's a regular for his national team, as Brandon's going to tell you all about now.
Yep, so I'll keep it short and sweet with Antonio Rukavina. He's been a right back for Villarreal since 2014. Plays for the Serbian national team, and Serbia's in Group E. They're going to play against Costa Rica on Sunday the 17th, Switzerland on Friday the 22nd, and Brazil on Wednesday the 27th. So we'll be watching and rooting on Rukavina as play progresses.
Yeah, definitely wish Rukavina the best as well. I'm actually a quarter Serbian, so I'm English, but I'm a quarter Serbian, so I'm definitely behind Rukavina, maybe more than the others. I probably shouldn't say that, but that's true. Okay, so next up, a player that's also playing as we speak, and we're watching the match right now, is Salem Al-Dawsari, and he plays for Saudi Arabia, and Anthony's going to give us the lowdown on him.
Hey, so Salem is 26 years of age. He predominantly plays on the right wing, but he can play on the left and as a second striker. He's right-footed. He's never played in a World Cup before, but he has 33 caps for Saudi Arabia and scored 4 goals over his international career. He played his entire career at Al Hilal and is now on loan at Villarreal. He played in the final game of the season against Real Madrid, which ended in a 2-2 draw. He's played 114 games total for Al Hilal in his career. And has scored 21 goals. He has, obviously, the game right now against Russia. He has another game against Uruguay on the 20th of June, and then another game against Egypt, the 25th. And that game, Mo Salah should be back. So it might be a tough game, but we hope he pulls through.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, great job, Anthony. Great summary. And Salim, we wish you all the best. Actually, fun fact about Salim, I hope he scores, because when he scores, he has a really amazing celebration. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but he does like loads of backflips and stuff. So anyway, yeah. So let's hope he scores. We want to see that, Salim. Okay, and the last player to be involved with the World Cup who's a Villarreal player is Alfred Ndiaye, and Jeff's going to tell you guys about him.
So Ndiaye, up and coming. He's right now on loan from Villarreal, playing for the English club Wolverine. Wolverhampton. Yes.
But they are nicknamed the Wolves. So
they are nicknamed the Wolves. My bad on that one. But yes, he's currently on loan right now, but he's in the World Cup, and hopefully this will get him that chance to actually get off loan and start playing some real-time action for Villarreal, because we'd love to have him back. But right now the experience is important, but hopefully in the future he gets get back on the team with us. So.
Good, yeah. We wish NDIA all the best as well. We wish all the players, we hope they have a great World Cup. Obviously, it's the biggest, the best time of their career. So we really hope that they all perform well and that their countries do well as well. NDIA is a huge player, not just not just a great player, but he's really big in stature as well. And so he's a powerful player in the centre midfield, and I'm sure he'll do really well for Senegal. And so I'm going to give you a little bit of a background on the tradition of Villarreal players at the World Cup. We've had many players over the past 5 World Cups now. We've sent our players to the World Cup in different countries. The first ever player that played for Villarreal and also went to the World Cup was Juliano Belletti, and he played for Brazil and actually won the World Cup that year in 2002. So that was a good start for Villarreal players at the World Cup. And then also in Germany 2006, we had 5 players go to the World Cup. It's the same as this year. We have 5 going to Russia. One of those players was our current ambassador, Marcos Senna. So he played for Spain at that World Cup, and he won the European Championships 2 years after that in 2008. So Marcos was one of the best players for us at that World Cup, but we also had our 2 Argentinian players, Riquelme and Juan Pablo Sorin, who were amazing players for Villarreal, and they represented Argentina at that World Cup as well. The 4 years later, at the World Cup in South Africa in 2010, we had Josie Altidore from the US, so one of your top players. We had Nilmar da Silva playing for Brazil, Rossi for Italy, and Godin for Uruguay. But perhaps most notably, Joan Capdevila, who's our left-back, also played as left-back for the Spanish national team, and he lifted the trophy for Spain. So that was a day to remember for Spanish fans, but also for Villarreal fans, of course. And then in the previous World Cup in 2014, we only had 2 players representing Villarreal in that World Cup, both Mexicans, Aquino and Giovanni Dos Santos. So we're really happy that this time around we have 5 Villarreal players at the World Cup. So as I said, we're all supporting Colombia, Russia, Serbia, Saudi Arabia and Senegal. Right, guys? Right. Yeah. And just to finish, some exciting news that was published yesterday. The US are going to be hosting the World Cup along with Mexico and Canada in 2026. So congratulations to all our fans in the United States. We're so happy for you. Dennis just scored. Oh, wow. Okay. So Cheryshev just scored. So that was great news to finish this podcast, isn't it? We couldn't have planned that any better. 2-0. So, yeah, Russia are winning 2-0 now. And Dennis scored the second goal at the World Cup. So we hope our other players continue that and score some goals. So, yeah, Americans, we'll see you in 2026 at the World Cup. Thanks for listening. Bye.